Culture commentary back on these YouTube streets. And this latest episode of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, is crazy, right? We got Michonne grabbing my boy and jumping out the airplane. Like, are you serious? Talk about breathtaking, right? I'm on the edge of my seat. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. Let's talk about it in the chat box below. Go ahead and drop your comments, your feedback, and let me know what you think about this episode so far. Because the way the last one ended and the way it brought us in on this one, I'm just like, you know what? Like, we are in for a ride. Go ahead and drop your comments in the section below and let me know, what do you think about this episode, right? The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, is going crazy this season, right? Now I'm about to play a clip, an audio clip for you guys. I want to run this back because I want to know what you guys think about it, okay? In the chat box below, after you hear this clip, go ahead and let me know, what do you think about this clip?
Masterpiece for your children, because I'm not going to be the one to tell them that I found their father and he sent me away and chose not to come home to them.
Children. You said children.
She sure did.
His name is Rick.
Now, in the comment section below, go ahead and drop your comments in the section below. I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear your reaction. I want to know, how do you feel about that scene? This episode 4 of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, is going crazy, right? Now, my personal opinion, my reaction to this is, obviously I'm lost for words because, I feel like they have so much pressure, on them being the leaders, right? They have a family depending on them, just factoring in the whole situation, right? And then, the pressure that Rick's under, being now involved with the CRM. And then we got Michonne drop this news on him when we all know he be having flashbacks about Carl, and, to discover that you have another son and a son that you haven't met. Like, I can only imagine how he's feeling, what's going through his head, right? But I say that to say, I feel like Michonne, backed him up in a corner here because, of course I want to meet my son. Of course I want to get back to the family. But he's, saying it without actually saying it, that these people are dangerous and it's not that easy. And, giving him the benefit of the doubt, if Michonne realize how powerful they are and the things that they're capable to do, and notice any type of fear or hesitation in Rick, that, that situation kind of got to be serious, right? Like, Rick does not scare easily. So, and it's hard to break him, right? And which, prove it. Look how long it took them for him just to finally just start, giving in and cooperating. So I say that to say, Michonne would have to factor that in, that this is serious. But the beautiful thing here is the love, right? The belief and the passion in their love is what, obviously keeps her going. And that right there is the stronger thought, right? That is stronger than any CRM military official or group, right? So I just feel like she is maintaining her faith, right, and Rick and their family and their ability to, do what they do best and take care of everybody. However, my boy Rick backed into a corner. And, after sitting here watching the episode, right, and we see them pour their feelings out, and to me, it appears as though Rick's gonna run off with Michonne. They're gonna go and, team up, back the dynamic duo, right, and do what they do best. However, I just personally, right now factoring in everything that I know, right? Michonne, hasn't been home in a while. Daryl's not there. Who knows where Carol is? Maggie and Negan is gone, right? We done lost a lot of our other fellow soldiers, right? So our defense is weaker than usual. You know, the home ain't necessarily the home. Michonne been gone for so long, so you know, it just sucks when you're just thinking so positive and you're just trying to believe and do the right thing and you're blinded by the love because you don't want to, you know what I mean, factor in worst possible terms. Now, if we all been watching and paying attention, we see that the CRM is not no punk. And as much as I love my family back home, I just don't feel like we're in the position to take on the CRM right now. Now, moving forward, another thing I would like to point out that I loved about this episode was the flashback that we had on Carl, because piggybacking off of, you know, the information Michonne had to deliver to Rick about the son and the fact that he didn't have his flashbacks and we got to see Carl again on our screen. That was just so amazing to witness, right? So I would say that, you know, all of this is boiling, right? Like, I'm sitting here trying to think, like, what is going to happen moving forward? Like, can they just run away under the sun and go back to their family and just live happily ever after and take on whoever come their way? Michonne been gone so long, who's to say that, you know, when they come back home, that if anybody's even there, right? Like, there's so many things to factor in here. However, I'm anxious to see how everything will connect as well, right? For those of you who have been following along and have had the opportunity to watch The Walking Dead, The World Beyond, we were able to get a glimpse of this CRM, right? How they operate and everything that's going on that side of the field, right? So when we start to connect Michonne and Rick whole journey to the journey that we witness in the world beyond, I'm just extremely anxious because I cannot wait till some of this stuff starts revealing itself, right? Another thing I would like to point out, right, in the comment section below, drop 100 if you agree. We finally got to see who this Major General Bill is, right? And again, in the series of The World Beyond, we met Major General Bill's son. We got to hear a lot about this guy, and I don't think, to my knowledge, I didn't rewatch it several times, and I remember them referencing him, and if I remember correctly, I cannot recall them showing him in that series. And if they did, I don't remember them like placing his name, right? Like making it clear that that was him. So in this series, right, the ones who live, when we got to see Major General Bill face to face, right, I'm like, oh, that was like a full circle moment, right? Like they were connecting the episodes together, right? Also, for those of you who've been following along in the Fear the Walking Dead, right, we got another glimpse of the CRM, the military, a few of the soldiers, right? We got to see the airplanes and, you know, get a what would that be, like a bird's eye view of, you know, what's going on with them as well. So that's interesting. And again, when we seen Major General Bill in this season, it was a full circle moment, right? So for those of you who agree and have been watching along this entire series this far, go ahead and hashtag TWD in the comment section below and drop your hundreds in the chat box below, okay?
You did this to get away?
It was the only way.
My boy cut his hand off.
And you were trying to come home.
I was trying to come home.
You're still trying. I see it. Even through the bullshit. You have the button. You could have hit it, Rick. You haven't. You say you can't go home, but I don't think you can go back.
Ooh. Ooh. Michonne is coming with it this episode. Boy, I tell you. In the comment section below, go ahead and let me know how you feel about that. Like, I personally feel like this is an example of what I mean when I say Michonne is backing him up into a corner, because she has the power to, allow him to be himself and express himself and really come to terms with reality and his feelings. And this is that point, right? Like, she's forcing him to be real with himself and release his feelings right here. And he has been trying not to do that, right? Because I feel like, when he get vulnerable, it's dangerous. And Michonne is, again, I'm gonna say, blinded by their love. She is not realizing the danger that comes with the CRM. Now, again, for those of you who have been following along, right, to my knowledge, Michonne hasn't had the pleasure, right, or displeasure of meeting these people in any way, shape, or form. So the little time she has crossed them hasn't been significant enough to make her fear them the way the others who have crossed them currently fear them. You feel me? So if you agree, in the comment section below, go ahead and hashtag 100. Let me know what you think. Let me know your feedback. I want to know everything. I want to know how you feel about this episode, particularly this part right here, right? When Michonne tells Rick, I don't think you want to go back. And if we're being serious, in reality, of course he doesn't. But again, my opinion, I feel like he is thinking logically here. Like, it ain't that I don't want to go back, it's that we can't go back. And, there's strength in numbers. So referencing back to my original point, our home team is not where we need to be to take on the CRM. And if you agree, go ahead and drop 100 in the chat box. But at the end of the day, we know who the ones who live is, right? At the end of the day, we know who's going to come out on top. They keep putting their best foot forward, sticking together as a team. Like, who can stop them? Let's be real. Big ups, Rick. Big up, Michonne. Hashtag Rick. Hashtag Michonne. Hashtag TWD, The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, episode 4. Going crazy. Let's go.
No.
Michonne.
We need to decide what's next right now.
This place is going down.
Sit, Rick. We're not moving until we decide. Nat used to say, you gotta know when to go. It's not time to go. Not until we know where we're going. After I left here, why did you come after me?
You know why.
Say it. I need you to.
You're the love of my life. I couldn't just let you go. It felt like my heart ripped itself out of my chest and walked out the door.
Then come home with me. It's that simple.
It's not that easy.
And Rick is not lying. It is not that easy to escape the CRM. Again, my girl Michonne ain't have to displeasure of running into these people. So she's not understanding the gist of this and the fact that they've been kicking butt, you know what I mean, nonstop for years and really overcoming any obstacle that came their way. This is just another speed bump to her, right? But the fact that Rick personally been involved in the CRM, he's saying that it's really not. And as an end viewer, right, I am loving how they are creating this anticipation. Like, their what is it? Their logo is the 3 rings, right? And as I mentioned before, we have that full circle moment. So each time we get through this anticipation, we are having these full circle moments, and I feel like we already had one, so there's at least 2 more to come. And overall, I'm excited. Hope you guys are too. In the comment section below, go ahead and drop your opinions and your feedback on this current episode, The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, episode 4. I do like how any and every opportunity they get to get it in, they take advantage of it, right? In the elevator, in the car, on the run, right? So when I say love and passion, right, this episode was filled with it. I'm glad they showed them in action together, right? I feel like that's what we've been missing, that Michonne and Rick in action. Undeniable badasses, right? Like, look, here we go in the car, right? From the elevator to the car. They just can't help it. They missed each other so much. Oh my God. But you know what? I'm starting to get a little jelly. Michonne gonna have to slide over and get up off my man. Rick is such a handsome man, if I don't add and say so myself. Like, his mannerism, right? Like, his gestures, the way he walks, he just so manly to me. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm attracted. Like, look at him. Look at him. His mannerism. Ooh. And he kind of got like that, like, low-legged, like, ooh, walk, like, come hit me up. Handcuff me, baby. Now, look, they may not have been right away under the sun and moon and stars together, right, in love, but they was able to drive away in that yellow Nissan with the walkers in the smoke chasing them, full of love and happiness, and of course, blood and guts, right? Now, before we get into the episode insider, right, it shows us a brief clip of a random lady, I'm assuming, creeping up through the darkness on him, like, not again. Just from just that brief little clip here in this episode, it reminded me of The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, when Morgan crossed that crazy lady. I don't know why. We haven't even seen this. We don't even know what it's about, but I don't know why. It was just giving that crazy lady that crossed Morgan out in the woods when they was off by the highway after they didn't went through that whole storm and whole situation down there. This is crazy. Look at the guts and the detail on these walkers. Is unbelievable. Like, I know the museum is loving these new additions, because these walkers with these guts and lopsided lumps on top of their head is just crazy work. Like, beautiful detail. And it just looks absolutely disgusting that if that was what they were going for, they completed that look 100% A+++. But I wanted to play this clip for y'all, right, before we get into this episode insider, and tell me, what do you think? Like, this is another one of them moments that that just gives so much anticipation, right? Like, let me play this for you guys.
2, 3.
It feels like stone. All that I've done has been for us. But now I see this can't end with us going home.
What? Huh? Michonne, girl, you just backed my boy up into a corner and just made him just say, you know what? F it, let's go. It's us against them, the CRM. He was willing to take on the whole military, and in the last 10 seconds of the show, you gonna say what? Like, so I'm just assuming that in episode 5, they are going to experience something so crazy and horrific. With big thanks to whoever that mystery person was creeping up on them, that, you know, it just changed Michonne's whole mind, narrative, and everything, right? Me personally, I'm just saying here below the way, like, after this whole episode and all the feelings and emotions and all the convincing, and then, so it had to take something major, right? Because again, Michonne has thick skin, so does Rick. So whenever they get shook, we talking serious business here, right? Like something horrific, something out the ordinary is going on, because they do not scare easily. Now, moving forward into this episode, Insider, right? We are at the point where they're telling us we only got 2 episodes left of this season. How do y'all feel about that? In the comment section below, go ahead. Let me know how you feel. I want to know how you feel about Michonne dropping that little bomb in our last 10 little seconds, right? Like, she don't think that they can go back home. Okay, what is that supposed to mean? And how y'all feel about only 2 episodes left? Me personally, if there's only 2 episodes left, we on that ride that I mentioned we on, that's coming. Here go. Because it's about to go up, right? It's gonna be the juiciest last 2 episodes we done seen this far. I guarantee you they probably each gonna be about an hour long. And if so, big ups to them, the production, the team, the actors, the whole entire crew, because so far this season has been amazing. If you agree, in the comment section below, go ahead and drop your 100 hashtag The Walking Dead. This is culture commentary, personal reviews on The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, episode 4.